A beloved cultural icon turned into a skating prop, respectful tribute, or tone-deaf holiday stunt. That's the emotional battle playing out in Italy after a bronze statue of Luciano Pavarotti ended up literally stuck in the middle of an ice rink. Italian authorities are facing intense criticism after a seasonal skating rink was installed around a life-size statue of the world-famous tenor, with visitors even encouraged to high-five the monument as they glided past. The bronze sculpture, located in the northern coastal city of Pesaro, shows Pavarotti in his classic tailcoat, clutching his trademark handkerchief, an image meant to honor his dignity and artistic legacy, not turn him into a rinkside mascot. But here's where it gets controversial. Many people feel that placing skaters right up against the statue crosses the line from playful to deeply disrespectful. Nicoletta Mantovani, Pavarotti's widow, has been outspoken in her disapproval, calling the setup an affront to her late husband's memory. She explained that surrounding the statue with ice and inviting casual interactions undermines the respect and seriousness that should accompany a monument dedicated to such a towering figure in music history. In her view, a tribute is supposed to elevate and preserve an artist's image, not risk turning it into a background gag in a holiday attraction. The backlash intensified after Pesaro's mayor, Andrea Biancani, shared a digitally altered image on social media showing Pavarotti appearing to skate with a hockey stick, paired with a suggestion that skaters should high-five the statue using the hashtag #DiUnSanchePavarotti. Meant as light-hearted fun, the post instead fueled accusations of poor taste and insensitivity, especially once Mantovani's objections became public. The mayor tried to defend the gesture by invoking Pavarotti's sense of humor and optimism, suggesting that the tenor himself might have appreciated the playful spirit. But critics argued that this interpretation conveniently overlooks the solemn nature of a public monument. Despite the growing outrage, city officials decided to proceed with the rink's holiday inauguration as scheduled, hoping the festive atmosphere would outweigh the criticism. Online, however, the mayor's post drew a stream of negative comments, including concerns about safety. What if skaters trying to slap the statue's hand slipped and hurt themselves? And broader questions about whether it is ever appropriate to physically interact with a commemorative sculpture in this way. And this is the part most people miss. Debates like this are not just about one statue, but about how societies choose to physically frame and use their cultural icons in public spaces. Eventually, Biancani issued a formal apology to Mantovani, and a spokesperson for the city emphasized that offending Pavarotti's family or tarnishing his legacy was never the intention. According to the city, the rink's installers made an error. The ice was supposed to be built beside the statue, not wrapped around it, and incorporating Pavarotti into the rink's footprint was never part of the approved design. Officials even stated they had been assured beforehand that the monument would not be touched or integrated into the skating surface, raising an uncomfortable question: was this simply a logistical mistake, or a sign that cultural sensitivity was an afterthought in the planning process? By the time the controversy erupted, authorities said it was too late to either dismantle the rink or relocate the statue without significant disruption. As a compromise, they constructed a low barrier encircling the sculpture to visually and physically separate it from the ice. Still, the fix is imperfect. Skaters gliding close to the perimeter can easily reach out and touch the statue, meaning the high-five idea, whether officially promoted or not, is still very much possible. Some see this barrier as a reasonable middle ground, while others view it as a cosmetic gesture that doesn't address the core issue of respect. The statue itself is a relatively new feature in Pesaro's urban landscape, having been unveiled in April 2024 to honor Pavarotti and his special connection to the region, where he and Mantovani kept a holiday home along the Adriatic coast. The monument was intended as a solemn, lasting celebration of his artistry and his bond with the area, a place where fans and visitors could reflect on his life and achievements. That original intention is exactly what critics say has been overshadowed by the decision to fold the statue into a winter amusement setup. Luciano Pavarotti remains one of the most celebrated tenors in the history of opera, with more than 100 million records sold worldwide and an enduring reputation that stretches far beyond classical music audiences. His work with Plácido Domingo and José Carreras as the Three Tenors led to what became the best-selling classical album of all time, bringing operatic singing into stadiums and living rooms across the globe. His final public performance, at the 2006 Winter Olympics in Turin, is still remembered as a powerful, emotional farewell from a global star whose voice defined an era. So here's the provocative question. Does turning a statue of a legendary artist into a quasi-interactive feature in a holiday rink help keep his memory alive in a fun, modern way? Or does it trivialize a legacy that should be treated with more solemn respect? Is this simply a case of a clumsy but harmless civic initiative, or does it reveal a growing tendency to commercialize culture at any cost? Do you see the Pesaro Rink as a creative celebration of Pavarotti's joyful spirit, or as a step too far? Share your thoughts. Is this playful homage or blatant disrespect? And where should cities draw the line when blending entertainment with cultural memory?